Hello everyone and welcome to my third video about Cisco Packet Tracer, and today I'll show you how to set up the DHCP pools and VLANs which will be distributing the network on the DHCP pool to assign IP addresses to the end devices, because in the previous one we have configured a basic LAN, this one, and I will work on it today. And I've explained how to manually assign IP addresses to end devices, but if you have a LAN with hundreds of end devices, you don't want to set up them manually and you want to create a DHCP pool which will be assigned these IP addresses automatically. So let's get to it. We will start with the router as always. And here, go to config. Now IP DHCP pool. We will create two of them. So first one will be data 1, for example, with the network of 192.168.1.0 and 24 mask. Default router will be 192.168.1.1. And these two commands are only thing you have to configure on the DHCP pool of the data. On the voice side, you have to add one command, option 150 IP, but we will talk about it in next video, maybe. It's gonna be about the IP telephony or SSH, I don't know yet. But only two commands are important for this, so exit, and let's configure the second one, which will be IP DHCP pool data 2. Network for this DHCP will be 192.168.2.0 with the same mask. Default router, as you can tell, it will be 2.1. And now we have to create two VLANs, each for one DHCP pool. So first one will be VLAN 10 with the IP address same as the default router. Description will be data 1, and the second one will be 20 with the IP address of the default router of the second one, 2.1. Description data 2. Now we have to add these VLANs to the VLAN database. Don't forget it. Name data 1. VLAN 20. Name data 2. And only thing that's left is to configure this interface between router and the switch. Because if you go to running config, you can see that this interface is in the access mode, but if you want to put a traffic to VLANs at once, you have to put the interface to the trunk mode, not access. So we'll configure that right now. 0/1, no, that says 1/0, switch port mode trunk. And when you put it in the trunk, you can see that these two VLANs are up. Now we can skip the time, and you can see that this link is up and this one is not. That's because on the other side of this link is not a trunk. So you have to go to the switch. I'll just write the configuration real quick. Like that. Now here, do the same thing, but we'll not create the DHCP pool because that's only for the router, and the VLANs are also created on the router. You can create them here also, but I recommend to do it on the router because it's the main brain of the LAN. Let's put it that way. But you have to put them into the VLAN database here. So database VLAN 10 name with the same details. Data 1 VLAN 20 name data 2, and we have to configure the interface between the router and the switch. So interface fast Ethernet 0/1 switch port mode. You have to put it in the access mode first to put it in the trunk, because if you put it in the trunk first, it will show you that the command has been rejected. But if you put it into access and then into the trunk, you can see it's up. So I will write the configuration. Like that. Now skip the time, and we have to switch these end devices from the manual IP configuration to DHCP. No, I forgot to configure the ports to the end devices. So conf t interface fast Ethernet, and the first PC is on the 0/2 switch port mode access switch port access VLAN 10. That's the first one. And the second one will be interface fast Ethernet 0/3 switch port mode access switch port access VLAN 20 exit copy running to startup. And the reason for it for me making 2 VLANs and 2 DHCP pools is to show you that you can have one network on this PC and second one on this one. So there are 2 different networks, and still you will be able to ping these PCs between themselves, because the router does the work for you, and you don't have to put any static or dynamic routing for this to work. So let me see if that's okay. So 0/2 is VLAN 10. Yeah, I forgot to put this PC to DHCP IP configuration. And as you can see, now it has the correct IP address from the second one, DHCP pool 2.2. 0.2 is the first available IP address to the host. And here you will have 192.168.1.2. Now, to test the connection, we will use the ping. I will ping to the default gateway first, and then I can ping to the second network, and I'll skip. I can ping also the default router on the second network, but I will skip it and ping straight to the PC1. And the first ping will not go through because of the ARP, but the second one is working, as you can see, and others as well. So that's only for the first one. It's because the ARP. Okay, we have the connection, and that's about it. In the next video, I'll show you how to access the router and the switch, anything via the SSH protocol, which is the secure shell protocol, and telnet protocol. I will tell you some differences, and yeah, it's gonna be a quick one. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next videos. See ya.